All righty.
All right.
We are now recording.
So now there's evidence.
That's right. Now it's real. It actually happened. Well, welcome to Rotary International District 5320, representing Orange County and southeastern Los Angeles County, California, for this premier non-gala event. Please turn your cameras on so we can see your smiling faces. If you don't, we will assume you have that new Zoom disease, NOVID. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm here all night. Thanks to all of you. By the way, we wore our best pajamas for this. And of course, as elegant as I am, I wore my smoking jacket as you should, with my cravat. All right. Thanks to all of you who took the time to join us. I can see you out there. And from those of you who chose to keep on camera, that some of you dressed up for this. Let's see, you want to spotlight, well, you guys can spotlight for yourselves. Let's see who's really dressed up here. Well, I guess me, I'm the most dressed up here.
What about me?
Yeah,
I have my new
Roy wore his bathrobe with his pins.
At the Plaza Hotel in New York. I paid good money for this.
And I can see that some of you took the clothing optional maybe a little too far, and that's why your cameras are turned off. Oh, Lee's got his tattoo. All right, Les, I'm sorry, Les has his tattoo. All right, I am your host for this evening, Zoot Velasco, past president of the Fullerton Club. Oh, sorry, hold on, let me get my cue card. Guy's going to be fired after this. All right, let's see here. The funds donated to our members across the district tonight will be donated to our Rotary Foundation. About 50% of the funds donated during the non-gala will come back to you, to our district, in 3 years to be used as district designated funds for our club's district grants and to match district global grants. Many of our clubs have created awesome global grants and amazing district grants this year. And hats off to all of you who did. Use your emojis, feel free. All right, we're going to just take a few minutes tonight to talk about a few of those members from a few of those clubs, and they're going to tell us about their grants. And in between these two to 3 minute short segments, we're going to draw names from our entries to be selected for our 6 amazing door prizes. And those prizes include 3 games for the Anaheim Ducks, with seats in the Anaheim City Suite donated by the Anaheim City Council members, Steve Fassel. Is it Fassel? Did I pronounce that right? Fassel. Steve Fassel and Natalie Meeks. A 3-night stay in a luxurious condo overlooking either Hamilton Cove or scenic Bahia Vista on Catalina Island, donated by Leslie and Mel Dinkle of Can somebody mute whoever's talking? Got it. Thank you. Where was I? Donated by Leslie and Mel Dinkle of the Huntington Beach Club. So that's a 3-night condo stay in Catalina. A 4-course, Lindsay, you might want to just mute everyone. Oh, okay, you got it. Okay. A 4-course dinner for 6, including a wine pairing prepared by private chef Marla McGee. And by the way, I purchased this in the past, and she is amazing. Of the Fountain Valley Rotary Club, and hosted by District Governor Roy Jefferson and his wife Janice at their home in Anaheim Hills. The winner will get to choose the 5 guests that get to join them for this sumptuous feast. And finally, our grand prize, the opportunity to walk with our Rotary Rose Parade float on New Year's Day, along with 2 grandstand seats for your family and friends to cheer you on and prove that you actually did it. And it was a real thing. The winner can either do the walk or choose a family member or friends to walk for them. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our impresario for the evening, the man with the plan, our district governor, Roy Jefferson. Oh, yes. Roy, please explain to the good Rotarians of our district the concept, the amazing, brilliant, genius concept of the non-gala.
I feel like I'm at the improv, I swear. Anyway, Zoot, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, over the past 31 years in this district, I've gone to a lot of foundation galas. And I noticed that it's always the same 150 or so faces. We have like 17, and in the past we had 2,000 members in this district, but it's always the same faces. And I asked people, why don't you come to the foundation gala? And they told me, you know, Roy, I'm really just not into galas. I don't want to spend a lot of money to get dressed up, to go have a banquet dinner and hear some long speech. And so, you know what? I heard it, and I heard them. And so I decided to tear up my speech. Not that my speeches are long anyways, but, and just to not do an in-person gala. And you know, Zoo, based on the participation that we had in the non-gala, I think we did the right thing. I really do. We had 340 members of this district participate in the non-gala. I was so pleased. And that's not even accounting their spouses and their partners. So we had over 340. And I am thrilled, more than thrilled, to tell you, Zoo, and everyone in the room and everyone online that our non-gala raised $42,178 for our foundation. I know. I am I'm just so appreciative. You know, besides that, we also have four clubs that participated at 100%. The San Juan Capistrano Club, and there are 86 members. The Orange Plaza Club's 13 members. Central Orange County's 13 members, and then the Orange Rotary Club, 68 members. They all participated at 100%. And I can't think of ever anything in our district where we've had 100% participation like that. Also, we had 6 new Paul Harris Society members, 5 new Polio Plus Society members, and we even picked up some Kennel Club members. Janice and I even decided to make our dog Harbor a Kennel Club member. So big success. And like you said, Zoo, more than half of that money will come back to our district in 3 years that we can use for district grants and global grants. So I'm so appreciative. Thanks to all of you to supporting this new idea, supporting the non-gala, and basically thanks for supporting me as well.
One thing I want to add is you mentioned that 70% of the costs, it's something that you and I had discussed. I did a lot of research on galas when I ran a Center for Nonprofits at Cal State Fullerton, and generally 70% of the costs go to, you know, the cost of the gala. So you're only making 30%, and then you're not counting all the time and hours that people put into it. With this, almost 100%, if not 100%, goes directly to the mission of Rotary, correct?
100% of the dollars goes to the foundation, and 100% of what everyone donated goes towards their Paul Harris designation. So it's
nice.
Great.
Well, very good. Hats off to you, and thank you for ripping up the long speech. I appreciate that.
It really wasn't long. My speeches aren't long.
And with that, we're going to get to our first drawing. Here is the showcase. Here to showcase an amazing project done. Oh, sorry. I skipped something here. And now we're going to draw the first name for our 3 games of the Anaheim Duck seats in the Anaheim City Suite. Do you want to draw, or you want to draw?
No. I can draw, but this is for the game December 29th against the Arizona Coyotes. It's a Friday night game at 7 p.m. And these were donated by council member Natalie Meeks.
All right, dig deep in there and find one.
Lot.
800.
All right, so here we go. This is the first winner. First winner is. All right, here we
Let's see
go.
what you got. James R. Paddock. Nobody knows him.
You got it. He's in Kevin's club. Kevin, is he with you? Oh, no, he's not in Kevin's club.
No, NEOC.
The Neon Club, in the Neon Club, Jim Paddock. Yeah, he's a huge Ducks fan. That's awesome.
Well, he is the
Very
first
Very
winner.
good. Very good. Maybe he'll take me.
Now, here to showcase an amazing project done in our district is Mike Shanahan of the Yorba Linda Club, past president, on our past president several times, I think, right?
Twice.
On their district grant, adding septic tanks to the homes that they build in Mexico. How long have you been doing it? And tell us more about the project. Go ahead.
Well, most of you are familiar with the Corazon builds, the house builds that take place in Mexico. I'm proud to say that my club, Yorba Linda Sunrise, has been building Corazon homes for over 25 consecutive years, with the exception of the COVID pandemic years. Now, several years ago, somebody came up with the great idea that a bathroom component should be added to the house build. So more often than not, when we build homes for families, they had a primitive outhouse at best on the property, and there was no indoor toilet facility of any kind. So the Corazon house builds started to incorporate a bathroom complete with the flushing toilet in a small room added on to the main house. So we did that one year, and the next year, as we were building at an adjacent property to one that was done last year with the bathroom component, our members noticed raw sewage in the streets where the children were playing. Tracing the raw sewage back to the source, we realized that the bathroom component that had replaced the outhouse being used by most homes did not contain a plumbing component, and raw human waste was simply being pumped from the bathroom into the streets via a 3-inch PVC drain line. So we spoke to Corazon officials about this problem, and they deemed this to be too difficult to try to fix. Their primary goal at Corazon was to provide a better housing component, and since the areas where we were building homes had no infrastructure for sewage, well, a house with a roof was all that could be done. We failed to take no for an answer, and our members felt the solution was to install a septic tank system as part of the Corazon build. But we discovered there were no small-scale septic tank systems being built anywhere in the world that we could find. So we applied for and received a district dedicated funds matching grant so that we could develop a pilot program to see if a mini septic tank system was even feasible. We partnered with Engineers Without Borders, and we were able to find a fiberglass tank that could be modified to use as a mini septic tank, and we installed that first septic tank system on the very next Corazon house build that we conducted. The tank was way too big, as it turns out, but we proved the idea was feasible. So then we applied for and received a second DDF grant the following year to see if we could modify and improve on what we'd learned was possible in the forms of a septic tank system, and we streamlined the building process. So with that DDF grant, we were able to install 3 mini septic tanks with house builds instead of just 1. By this time, Corazon was on board with the septic tank concept, and we used our next DDF grant to purchase 6 mini septic tanks. By now, the cost of these tanks was skyrocketing, and we were encountering delivery issues at the Mexican border. By delivery issues, I mean we were being taxed by corrupt officials to get permission to deliver the tanks to the build sites. Additionally, the company we had found in Banning that had been sold, and new management of the company was no longer willing to provide such a small number of these mini septic tanks to use at an affordable price, so we needed to find another solution to the problem. So we used yet a third DDF grant to determine if we could develop a manufacturer in Mexico to duplicate the mini tanks we were purchasing from the company in Banning, which would eliminate at least some of the problems we now faced. We discovered that there were a number of factories that built fiberglass molds for spas and jacuzzis in Mexico. We kept one of the 6 tanks purchased with the previous DDF grant, and we were able to find a company that could duplicate the model that we provided. So now the mini septic tanks are being made in Mexico by Mexican companies employing Mexican laborers, and the cost savings has been significant. So after starting with the use of a single DDF grant to develop a pilot program, we used 3 subsequent grants to improve on the concept each and every time, and the design where we now have established a sustainable production of the small scale septic tanks that have become the standard addition to all Corazon house builds. From that first single installation, we've now added a bathroom component with the mini septic tank to over 35 new Corazon builds in Tijuana and Tecate. All of this has been made possible by using district matching grants provided by your foundation giving. Our DDF money has allowed our club to address 4 of the 7 Rotary areas of focus at the same time: fighting disease, providing clean water, sanitation, and hygiene, growing local economies, and protecting the environment. Thanks to the use of the DDF matching grants, we've been able to improve the lives of a small but growing number of Corazon families. And all of this happened because a Rotarian saw a problem and thought, how can Rotary make this better? Thank you for your time.
Wait, Mike. You know what? It strikes me that the very first Rotary project ever, shortly after being founded in 1905, was to build service restrooms for Chicago City Hall. And that's really what started Rotary on its big trajectory, because people love the idea of service, and that brought in service above self. And I think both in that case and in your case, we can say that everyone was flushed with pride. And that you do your business so other people can do their business. So that.
And we've been cleaning up messes ever since.
Oh my gosh. All right. It's time
No.
to draw another name. Okay, another.
All right, this is for the second Ducks game. Here we go.
Okay.
Are you ready, Roy?
So this game is for the Anaheim Ducks versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's a great team. The Toronto Maple Leafs, January 3rd at 6:00 p.m. And okay.
Dig deep, dig deep.
All right.
If Jim Paddock wins, I'm going to suspect a fraud.
Okay, now I'm going to take this one right from the top. There you go.
All right, and the winner is it Chaveche?
Oh,
Carolyn
Cavici.
Carolyn Caveche.
Carolyn from the Orange Rotary Club. Oh, that's awesome. And Orange was one of those clubs that I mentioned that participated at 100%. So Carolyn, good job. Carolyn, if you need someone to go to that Ducks game with you, just let me know.
Well, congratulations, Carolyn. And now it's time to talk with our End Polio Now Chair and District Governor nominee, Craig Livingston of the Brea Club, and designated by Greg Owen, who is our event sponsor. Thank you, Greg, for sponsoring tonight. To talk about Polio Plus Society and the Kennel Club, whose members continue to support each year and to contribute to End Polio Now. Welcome to the non-gala. Tell us more about your work.
Thank you, Zoot. Let's talk polio. Facts. 35 years ago, polio paralyzed 350,000 children annually. Facts. Today, 99 cases have fallen 99.9% thanks to Rotarians, governments. Yeah, that's right. Bring it. And partners of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. Here's the catch. If all eradication efforts stop today, within 10 years, polio will come roaring back and could paralyze as many as 200,000 children each year. With that, we must keep pushing eradication efforts and keep our promise to the children of the world. You might ask, Craig, how do I do that? I've got 2 easy ways to help. First, join the Polio Plus Society. With a recurring $100 annual donation, you'll join the fight until the world is declared polio free. Now you say, I've already joined the Polio Plus Society. We also have the Polio Plus Kennel Club for our 4-legged friends. Can you and your pooch give up $10 worth of treats to help Molly end polio now? If so, visit our district website for details on how to join each. I want to thank Greg Owen, Coach Greg, as I call him, for all the work that he's done, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. Let's finish this race. Yeah, bring it up. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Very much. Let's finish the race hand in paw and eradicate polio for good. Thank you.
Nice. That is amazing work. Even dogs are getting into the act of stopping polio. And now it's time for one more drawing. We're gonna do the third Ducks game. You wanna spread them out there?
Okay, this
Okay, we'll
game,
let you pick.
this game is for the Anaheim Ducks versus those dreaded Detroit Red Wings.
Hey now, hey
Oh, it's a
now.
Sunday
Watch
game.
that. Go Wings, baby.
Hey,
Go
you're supposed to
Wings.
be muted. You're supposed to be
I
muted.
know.
Detroit Lions fan.
Nobody likes the Red Wings, Chris.
I haven't asked them. I see.
So
Half the
January
stadium
7th
is going to be Red Wings fans that night.
All right, these
This is a Sunday game.
these seats were donated by Anaheim City Councilman and friend Stephen Faisal. So thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Natalie Meets as well. All right,
Go ahead, pick a name.
All right.
It's Sunday, January 7th at 5 o'clock, which is nice and early. You get back in time to get ready for work the next day. And the winner is, drum roll please, Kurt Hemp of San Juan Capistrano.
that's awesome, Kurt. Kurt, that is awesome. Another one of the clubs that participated at 100%. So I'm so thrilled
Am
about
I done?
that.
Can I get a
You're
beer now?
done. You're done. Thank you for your help.
Thanks, everybody. Remember, go to the website, join,
Thank
your
you
dog
very
too.
much.
or any pet.
Thank you, Chris.
Who knows?
And now we have with us past district governor and foundation chair, Kevin Padilla, to tell us about how some of the global grants are happening in our district and how clubs can participate. Take it away, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Zoot. So obviously, we're very happy to be raising money, but I'm even happier that we're going to have the money to spend in 3 years. And that's kind of what I want to talk a little bit about tonight, is about the partnerships that are needed in order to get this money spent. We do global grants, we do global grant scholarships, and obviously our district grants. So, but I want to talk about 4 different grants that are going, or 3 grants that are looking for funds, and 1 grant that we did this last year. So Long Beach is doing I think it's their 3rd, or might be their 4th water well in Mozambique. And you can contact Matthew Kelly or Kinley in the Long Beach Rotary Club. And then also we have a grant. We have quite a number of grants. I'm only going to talk about these 3 because I know a little bit about them. The other one is Laguna Niguel is putting together a traditional birth assistant project in Guatemala, and they're going to be looking for funds here pretty quick. It's a $120,000 global grant, and the Mozambique is about 108. So we're going to be needing to raise for both of these around $40,000 in order to get all the matching in there. And then the last one is Irvine is doing a water well in India, and they're wanting to build this water well because there are 2 kind of warring factions that fight over the current water system that they have, and the water is, even that water is not that clean. So they're going to be providing a water well to prevent these groups from having conflicts. So that's going to be another global grant that they're going to be looking for funds. And then I want to talk about a grant that I did, this global grant that I did this last year, and my club supported and wrote. And this is Health for All. And it's in a community in San Martin, which is outside of Quetzaltenango in Guatemala. We've been down there a couple of times. And this clinic is going to be very, very important to help this community thrive. And you have to understand that they deal with a lot more stuff down there than we even think about doing up here, because of all the different vaccinations that we get and all those kind of things. So the Healthcare for All will definitely be able to help this community. There's about 30,000 people that live in this community. They'll be able to get free service. We're going to be having a doctor there 5 days a week rather than 2 days a week. We're going to have 40 appointments for dental appointments. And I can tell you from being down there and seeing what's going on with the dental stuff for kids, not only will we obviously be teaching them to brush their teeth and using fluoride and all these other things. I didn't push it. It's really important that we're also getting the telemedicine became huge during COVID, and we're utilizing that more so than ever in this, where we have doctors around the world that are volunteering their hours to help with the treatment of the people in this community. And what I really wanted to talk about that was the fact that we had Placentia, Huntington Beach, Avalon, Mission Viejo, Signal Hill, Villa Park, Los Alamitos, San Clemente, Laguna Beach, and Fullerton, and 6 clubs outside of our district to raise about $90,000 to do a $204,000 grant. And everybody can clap if they want. So the last thing I want to tell you is that we are changing the method of us matching of district designated funds, DDF. And we had this meeting yesterday, and it was decided that for the international club, the club writing the district grant, if they originate in our district, we will match 2 to 1 up to $20,000. So that means a club needs to raise 10 and we'll put in 20.
Wow.
And then after that, we will have another 20,000 available, 1-to-1 match to any other club in our district. That's just in our district. We will match 1-to-1 up to another 20. So a maximum of $40,000 per global grant. We're really looking for grant writers, and we really have all the necessary resources to help you get that going. I'm working with Anaheim. I'm working with Laguna Niguel, and anybody else who wants to have help in learning and to write grants. But you can also always support a grant. You don't necessarily have to write one, because as you saw in the example I gave you, I went to a multitude of clubs in our district to raise those funds. So any questions, please call me, reach out to me, reach out to Harish of the Irvine Rotary Club. He's our district international service chair. We're here to help you, and we want to spend this money, and we want to spend it wisely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for presenting that information and all the work that's going on there. And now we will draw for the 3-night stay in the luxurious condo overlooking either Hamilton Cove or scenic Bahia Vista on Catalina Island. Donated by Leslie and Mel Dinkle of the Huntington Beach Rotary Club. And go ahead and draw, dig deep.
Oh, man.
There's a big prize.
I think my name, Janice's name is in there, right? I'm gonna stay on Catalina Island. All
Well,
right.
if you pull one out of your pocket, we're gonna stop this broadcast.
Here we go, here we go.
All right, here we go.
There it is.
And the winner is Michael J. Safali from San Juan Capistrano.
Wow, it's a white Capistrano again.
They are coming up.
Wow, this is like the Academy Awards when one movie wins everything, or one director wins everything, right?
You know, it's funny, I'm kind of reminded of that scene in, I think it's the very beginning of Rocky 2 when Rocky wins the fight. And he wins the championship, and this guy, by the way, sorry if I'm spoiling it for anyone, spoiler alert. An ad man comes up to Rocky and he says, "Hey, Rocky, would you invest in condominiums?" And Rocky looks around and he goes, "To tell you the truth, I don't use them." All right.
Wait, I'm sorry, we're supposed to go boom, boom, right?
Yeah. All right, this just in, I'm getting a report that we have a tally. Now, you said it earlier, you kind of like spilled the beans too early, but for those who joined in late, let's tell us again, how much money has been raised so far, Roy?
So, I'm amazed and thrilled and proud to say that our non-gala raised $42,178 for the Rotary Foundation.
And how much actually was net last year from the Rotary Gala?
It's my understanding that we netted 25,000, which was great. It was great.
And how much of that 42,000 will actually go as net profits to Rotary?
The entire 42,178.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is awesome.
Okay, now I have to invite up the lovely First Lady of Rotary, Janice. Come on up. And she is going to pick the name. Go ahead and swish them around, dig deep. She's going to pick the name for the winner of the gourmet dinner with Governor Roy and Janice for 6 at their home with Chef Marla. And the winner is Jonathan Eckno of Brea. You're gonna have to lobby him. You're gonna have to lobby him to invite you, yeah. All right, very good.
So Jonathan will probably invite family and friends, Greg. I mean, how can he choose from all those great members in Brea?
I'll come wash dishes, how's that?
Well, congratulations, Jonathan. I know this time has just flown, right?
It's fun.
And now, quoting Mickey Mouse Club, which some of you may not remember, for our younger viewers, the Mickey Mouse Club was a very popular show on the very first version of Disney Plus, a thing called television. And for our Gen X viewers, television is a monitor that has something like the internet on it, but you only have 3 streaming channels and you can only watch one thing at a time and they pick what it is, and with static. Anyway, now it's time to say goodbye. Sing it with me. To all our company, MIC, see you real soon. KEY, why? Because we like you. MOUSE. All right, don't act like you don't remember, Roy. All right, Roy, how about you close us out for our Rotary Buckaroos by drawing the big prize for the rodeo for the Rose Parade package.
Okay, so.
Thank everyone while you're at it.
So, before we draw that prize, you guys remember last year we had a beautiful Rose Parade float, the big horse that was coming down the boulevard, and our past district governor, Dan Allowee, he had the pleasure of, well, you know, the other governors walked, but Dan danced down the boulevard. And I don't know if Lindsay was able to find a video of Dan.
She's got
dancing.
it. She's got it. Can you pull up the video, Lindsay?
Do you have that video?
You go, Dan.
Oh my God.
I taught him everything he knows.
He did that for 4.5 miles. He was sweating. Oh my God. Anyway, so remember, so January, the things that are coming up before we end it, I want you guys to remember some of the dates that are coming up within the district. January, there's a leadership forum on, it's going to be all about our youth programs, RILA, Interact. So make sure that the presidents and the youth chairs are there. Our February 14th President's Dinner is at the Renaissance Hotel in Long Beach. It'll be a preview of the hotel where we'll have our district conference in May. So that's February 14th. And then on April 27th is our March for Mental Health Awareness. So you'll be hearing more about that. The planning is happening now. All right.
Nice. Thank you, Roy. Thank you for that. All right. So this is for our grand prize, the opportunity to walk in the Rotary Parade or dance like Dan if you can. Ready? Go ahead and draw the big winner. Comes with 2 grandstand seats for family and friends. Here we go. Drum roll, please.
That is a lot of names.
Over 800 pieces.
Over 800 pieces. There's one right there.
All right. This is the winner here, the big winner.
That one, the new Dan.
Oh my God, Michael Cefali of the San Juan Capistrano Club.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, wow.
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 Can I tell you all that San Juan Capistrano got 100% membership for this non-gala, right?
Gala, yeah. Oh,
So it paid off for them because they won a lot of big prizes.
that is awesome.
buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
no kidding, Michael. So
Congrats.
Michael won the Catalina
Yes,
stay,
yep,
and then he will represent us
that's for, yeah.
for the Rose Parade.
right.
Michael, fantastic.
All right, well, that concludes our program, but if you want to stick around and bet on a rubber duck race,